David, how are you, sir?
Yeah, I'm good, mate. Yourself?
Good, flying it.
That's fun.
Really excited to chat to you. We've only so much of your time, so I'm going to keep it kind of to the point, if that's
All
okay.
good, all good.
Deadly. Right. So let me start. So I'm a massive chicken sours fan. I've been there tons of times.
Wicked.
Always for whatever reason to your Covent Garden store, the one close to Covent Garden. Always to that one.
Yeah,
Because I tend to be down that side.
that's because that's the most central. The OG is over in East London in Haggerston,
Yeah.
which for non-Londoners to get to.
Yeah. Let me start with a kind of a maybe a bit advanced one, but I heard something recently. I think maybe it was on your page or someone else's page, but it was about chicken sours, and I think you celebrating some milestone, but it was basically saying like you're still so popular after so long, and like in London, it's just blows my mind how competitive London seems. Obviously, I'm not involved in the food space, but like every time I go over there, it's just there's a new crop of restaurants. um, how have you stayed relevant after so many years?
Yeah. I ask myself that quite often. It's it's 10 years,
Right.
10 years since doing it.
Wow.
I think there's a number of things. I think the key is the food is banging.
Yeah.
Yeah, the food is banging. Food that our fried chicken is next level. Our sauces are unique. We make everything from scratch. They're just an amazing explosion of flavors. We've got some core dishes that have never come off the menu in 10 years, like Szechuan aubergine and the pickled watermelon. So it's not just about the fried chicken, but it's about the experience. It's about the experience that we give our guests. You know, our staff are wonderful. We've got an amazing team. They care for our guests so much. And that's where it comes down to. It comes down to kind of that pure hospitality, making sure that everyone who works in our team wants to give our guests an amazing experience. Yeah.
Yeah.
We make sure that the food speaks for itself, and we make sure that the team that we have look after the guests in the best way they possibly can from the moment they walk through the door to when they leave, hopefully inked with a chicken sours tattoo on their arm. And yeah, and then the environment that they're in. The tunes are great. The ambiance is wicked. Like the people, it's just it's for us. It's just all about making sure that every person, our mission, to make sure that we put a smile on everyone's face who comes into chicken sours. However, we do that.
Deadly. And going back 10 years ago when you started off, like a lot has happened since then in business. Obviously, you've had COVID, you've had Brexit, and then you've had post-COVID with, like all the price increases and the challenges in business. And
Yeah.
it's, I'm guessing it's all like, it's so much more difficult to run your business now financially than it was 10 odd years ago.
100%. But that's the kind of the lifeblood of kind of people in hospitality. We're grafters. Yeah, we look at the challenge ahead of us and we adapt how we need to. And yeah, it's been a huge roller coaster throughout the 10 years. And right now, top line's getting hit because people have got less money to spend. The bottom line's getting squeezed because everything's costing us so much more. So that margin is just getting smaller and smaller. And you just have to do all you can just to stay relevant, make sure the experience that you're providing is good enough for people to come back time and time again. But for us, after COVID, during COVID, we started to do meal kits,
Yeah.
which were a great success to keep us going. We then launched on Deliveroo throughout that period, which was another great success. Maybe a bit of a poison chalice at times. And then we got invited to go and do a music festival, Lost Village Music Festival.
Yeah.
And we went as a guest restaurant, went there, smashed it, loved it, had a brilliant time. And since then, we've continued to grow our business through kind of festivals and events. And we've got a food truck, and we can do up to kind of 5 festivals on a weekend. And we've got another side of our business. It means we don't have to rely solely upon the restaurants because, as everyone knows, restaurants are challenging, especially in London.
Yeah, and that food truck, I've seen that. It looks unbelievable. Does that actually drive that food truck? Like you can drive it to places?
Yeah. It's a 3.5 ton Luton van that we got converted by an amazing company called For Sure. And yeah, it's sick. It's got the same setup in there as we have in all of our kitchens in the restaurants with digital screen for menus. We've got a Bose sound system in there. It's awesome. We can do huge volumes out of there in a short period of time.
Deadly. So is that like from a business perspective, is this like just from looking at it from the outside, I would have thought that the food truck might be like, I just picture you being at some big festival and you just see queues of people just grabbing the chicken. It seems like kind of a good model. I'm sure it comes with all sorts of challenges too.
Yeah, it's a slightly different model in terms of kind of the business. The P&L looks different because you've got a huge commission and pitch fees that you're paying to the festival organisers, but you have to try and make that work. So obviously you've got less labour than you would do in restaurants. You've got less rent than you would do in a restaurant. So it works out, and the EBITDA actually can be a lot more pleasing on the food truck and at festivals than it can be in the restaurants at times. Yeah. But it's all about speed and efficiency when you're there. Quality, speed.
Yeah, different product.
Yeah, absolutely. What we do usually when we run our festivals is we keep a more streamlined product mix. So we don't have in a restaurant, we've got the Szechuan aubergine and the chicken toast, these nachos and fried chicken burgers and tenders and wings and watermelon salad and bang bang cucumbers. On the food truck, when we're at a busy festival, we're just kind of tenders and chips with different toppings and glazes and sauces. So we can go quickly because you've got only a certain amount of time. You've got that queue. You've got to make sure that you optimize that queue, that people aren't waiting too long and they're not waiting too long to order. Yeah. Or they're not waiting too long to pick up their food as well.
Yeah. Daddy. Chicken, that's another brand you have, right?
Yeah, chicken shop.
Sorry, yeah.
Now called Chicken Shop. Carl and I founded that with some investors backing it in 2017. I'm not involved in that on a day-to-day basis anymore. I'm just a shareholder.
Right.
But Carl, my co-founder of Chicken Sours, he's involved in that with Ash Mayer, who was instrumental in helping us kind of design all of our menus at Chicken Sours and Chicken Shop as well. So they're fully involved in making sure that that's best as well. But now Chicken Shop we've got I think we just opened up 8th store in Hammersmith. So we've got Baker Street, Soho, Islington, Notting Hill, Putney, Hammersmith's open. Canary Wharf is about to open shortly as well. Yeah, that's going all guns blazing.
Are they like franchise stores?
No. All operated by the business. Okay. And it was born as a kind of the idea came out of a fast food version of Chicken Sours, really, because we were so busy at the time and we wanted to open a takeaway next door, but we didn't open a takeaway next door because we got 2 Turkish kebab shops next to us, and we thought, you know what, it's not the done thing to be going in their territory opening up another takeaway. So then we just came up with the idea to open a better quality fast QSR fried chicken brand where there wasn't many at the time, whereas now, very different story. There's about 1 billion of them.
Right. I actually had a kind of a couple of questions in my head that I was going to ask you, and I've just gone off track. But let me finish up on 3 quick ones, David. Other businesses in London, is there any other food business, or maybe not even a food business, that you would look up to or admire that's doing really cool stuff at the moment? I know there's probably 100 of them, but
whether it's cool stuff or it's how they run their business. I think that the beacon in hospitality, I think, is Hawksmoor. Then the guys, or just do everything exceptionally. Recently I was on a work trip in Manchester, and I needed going out on my own. I thought there's nowhere I want to be just sat on my own as a solo diner in Hawksmoor, because the experience is wonderful. Look, their team are great. They've got they afford to pay them a fortune, so they get great people. But it's not only that; they've got everything within their business they do extremely well. They've grown steadily. They've got beautiful sites. Their produce is fantastic, and the way they run their business on the back end of it, the people side of it, and all of that, I think is exceptional.
It's funny you say that, because when I asked you the first question about why is your place still relevant, and you were going on about quality and all that, for whatever reason, Hawksmoor popped into my head when you were commenting on that.
They know.
Obviously,
they do what they do.
Yeah. They have a location in Dublin now as well.
Yeah. All their sites are
yeah. Unbelievable. Yeah, it's just every time I go to Dublin, I hate it. I go up there maybe 5 or 6 times a year, but I always want to go to Hawksmoor, even though there's so many good restaurants. I'm just like, and I almost kick myself like, geez, Evan, don't be going back to Hawksmoor because there's so many good places to go, but you just know
I know
you're
what
just
you
going to get the most wicked meal.
you're gonna have a great. You know what? It's a saying that I like to say. It's like, it's as it should be.
Yeah, yeah. Cool. Right, finish up on this one, David. What's your 10 years in business? What's the future hold for you guys?
Well, it's exciting times at the moment because we've got our restaurants. Our growth strategy actually is an interesting one. It's about growing the business through low capex and low risk opportunities. So, which is quite different to a lot of people.
Right,
And why do I?
explain that. I don't understand the first
Yeah,
term.
exactly. So low capex. Obviously, we don't have bundles of cash
Right.
sitting around that drop 400 grand to open a restaurant, because that's high risk. So we want low capex, low risk opportunities. So this week, we're opening a new site with the guys from Broadwick and Curb at Corner, which is an amazing kind of music, culture, multi-use space with a vertical farm there in Canada Water. So we have a kitchen in there. So we are one of 3 restaurants who are operating out of that site, and we didn't have to spend a fortune to go in there. And we're on a short lease, so we're in there for a year at the moment. Hopefully that will extend, and that means it gives us the opportunity to trade without having to have huge risk or huge outlay. So we've got another one of those at Roof East, which is on top of a car park in Stratford that opens in April. Again, low risk opportunity, low capex, but enables us to continue to grow the brand. And we're looking to do some exciting things through licensing as well. And then we've got a huge summer of festivals and events, our biggest one yet, coming up.
Deadly. Happy days. Unbelievable. I'm over in London next week. A ton of restaurants I want to go to, a ton of new restaurants I want to go to. I've no doubt I'll be in Covent Garden and
Yeah.
be like, you know what, fuck it, I'll go down to
You know what? If you're looking, I recently went to Anglo Thai and had
right.
a experience, excellent experience. Everything was really spot on. So if you want to go for a special one there, but there's so many restaurants, like it's overwhelming in London.
Yeah.
There's so many, but not only high-end restaurants, everything from fantastic street food to
True.
small mom and pop operations, just people doing a great job.
True. Unbelievable. David, it was an absolute pleasure to chat to you. Really appreciate it.
Good time.
Thanks.
Take care.